Good morning, Stampers. It is Tammy with Stamp and Scrap Tammy with our Facebook Live on this Wednesday morning. It is November 18th already, so welcome everybody. And we are going to be sharing some Christmas projects. And believe it or not, Christmas is just sneaking up on us. So today I'm going to talk a lot about what I'm doing in place of some of the live events that I used to do for Christmas, or and that I would have been doing this year as well had we not been in the situation we are in. And so we've had to scale everything back, so I'm just going to be sharing with you lots of Christmas projects, as well as last night I posted, I haven't shared it, I don't think, to my business page. It might have just popped up there too. But next Friday through December 1st, so I'm sorry, I'm always looking past to my calendar. So it's going to be December 27th to December 1st, a very virtual Christmas. So that is what I'm going to do in place of my Christmas card buffet. That would have been, sadly, our 4th annual Christmas card buffet, where we would do 20 card options. We usually have about 5 3D options. So what I would have had there, that's what I'm going to show you today, and give you some options that you can get this stuff in your hands, as well as the stuff cut, prepped, ready for you to create on your own as well. So we got some options to choose from there for you to still create with me and to get some Christmas projects done for your friends and family. And so just give me a second here. I was right on time today, right at 11. I was so proud of myself for that. And I was actually waiting around to get started today. I've been out and about already this morning. I was to the gym this morning. I mentioned that last week that I started doing that. That's crazy. Last week I talked about how I was like getting there for my 6:30 and people were leaving already. Well, I went to the 5:30 today, so nobody was leaving yet, because now our gyms, even despite it being 24-hour gym, they can't open until 5. So that's kind of their guidelines now. They have to close at 10 and can open at 5. I'm a little concerned about later today. I guess there's going to be some announcements, possibly that we're going back to kind of a more closed. So we'll just see what happens there. All right, so good morning. Now I've seen all the comments. So Prize Patrol, like, share, win. I'll be giving out some Prize Patrols for today, as well as after. I always edit my posting, and I will post last week's winners, as well as any of the links to the projects that I share today, or like the class that's offered today. You could just click right on that and order the class if you want, or order any products that you see today. Okay, so let's get started here. I think I don't have a lot to share here, except for a couple things that are hard to show. I'm looking around here. A couple things that are kind of hard to show when the camera's down, and I'm not going to move it back up after we're done. So right now, I would like to share with you, this was a project we made on a Facebook Live, and you could scroll down on my comments and see, or on the news feed, and see this made. This was probably from about a month ago. We made this great tower of boxes. And so I do want to just point out, this is the suite that I used today for all of today's projects, and just how cute it coordinates with the projects that we made today, as well as, let's see, I think that's all I wanted to share on this. But so you could scroll down and try to find it, or I have left this tutorial. I have written printable measurements for this cute project, as well as the video that I'm going to keep on my email. So my weekly email goes out every Thursday. And these boxes are on there so that if, when we did these a few weeks ago, you probably weren't quite thinking Christmas yet. But now as it's getting closer and you're thinking about what you're going to gift and what you're mailing people, maybe you want some really cute packaging, and you could separate all these boxes out too, or you could send them as a tower. In fact, I have mine on my bookshelf as in my living room as a decoration in the Snowflake Splendor Suite. So I'm using it as a decoration. And who knows, week of Christmas, I'll probably switch it into a Christmas gift as well. So that's an option. But just so you know, you can get these measurements and the video if you need to know how to make them, or would like some further direction, on my weekly email. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom of that email, I'm going to leave that on there until the week of Christmas, so that you can always go back to that. And then also, I'm so excited to share this. So today's class that I'm sharing, as well as birthday club class, so in the email as well, every week is my birthday club. I do it once a month, but the posting to register. Birthday club, and then holiday club, which will, after the first of the year, change to an all occasion club. If you attend that for 6 months in a row, you get this cute bag. I just got these. It has the logo on it, the Stamp and Scrap logo. And then it's filled with $25 in products. So that I will just ship to you or get to you if you're local to me after you've attended for 6 months in a row. So it's a little surprise gift for you. Everybody likes to get a little gift here and there. So I want to just share that with you today. And that's it until we get to the projects here. So let's flip this down. If you saw the picture I showed pre-starting today, you did see that I have lots to show you today. And today is a 3D, and I'll just give you a glimpse of the cards. So if you want to take any screenshots, you are welcome to. I do have the measurements here as well. So if you'd like to write those down or create as we go, that would be an awesome thing to do today. All right, so today's projects, I should say, are featuring the Heartwarming Hugs Suite and collection. So this is just a nice, some nice options that Stampin' Up! Has given us to create. And one of them, I did do a case the catalog, which I didn't know it at the time I was casing the catalog. So I'll also tell you here when I show you the card who I was casing. And so here is a picture of all the supplies, but I will definitely be sharing these with you as we go today. And let's move along and show the actual projects. So I should share, I showed this last week as well. The project I'm working with today, I am using the Designer Series paper on my phone case for the week. So we will see what next week brings. If I have a different phone case, I might still be working with this product suite. Okay, so let's see here. What should we start with? So all of the projects today were featured in this week's, or this, well, it was this week. We did the live version on Monday. The ones that have already ordered, I am mailing these out today. And also a full tutorial of all the measurements and how to create these cards and projects will be emailed to these people. So this is our holiday club class for November. And what's included is 2 cards of each of these. So I'll just share with you the card so that if you'd like to recreate this on your own, you can. But what I'm going to share today of how to do in the measurements is the 3D portion of the class. And so all of these you get 2 of. And then this is a case, a catalog card. And so I thought this was beautiful. And I got this card, well, not this exact one, I made my own, but Grace Belfan, I believe is how you say her name. I got this card, a card like this, sent to me last week from her. And right away when I saw it, I knew that this was going to be part of my class. And then she shared it on our group, or on my Uplines group. And she said she cased the catalog. So I had to go take a look, and sure enough, it was in the catalog. But bringing it to life is just so much better. And then this is the last one. It's that fun fold. I used this one for the Playful Pet Suite too. It is an absolute new favorite of mine, that fun fold. And then I added one of the star elements. It looks like it's dangling there, but I did attach it with a glue dot so that it would stay. So those are the, which would actually be the 6 cards that are included. But if you'd like to just take pictures of those and recreate them, you are more than welcome to do that. And then let's go ahead, and this is the project I'm going to share with you today, how to make and the measurements. And so what we have is a gift card holder, and we have just a very simple coffee cup. I did not go crazy on decorating this. I kept it very simple. And then I'll just share the measurements of what I did on the outside here of the carrier. So all kinds of stuff that you could put in this carrier. And let me just share with you a couple other options. So the coffee cups are great. I am mailing one of these to the people that get a mailed kit, but I'm going to warn you that my packaging maybe is not the best for mailing this. So if your coffee cup comes a little bit, you know, not intact, that is a possibility. But it was just kind of an extra I threw in after the fact. But what you could do, I happen to have already went to Starbucks this morning, and I needed to get a gift card. And then after I got the gift card, it works perfect for this project. And they, you know, I had to go through the drive-through, and they matched it up just perfect too. So if you find yourself where your coffee cup does not travel well to you from your kit that I send, but if you get it from Stampin' Up, so if you order direct from Stampin' Up, their coffee mugs, there's 8, I think, for $7.50, and they're the perfect size for this. This one is a little big. This was just a large regular coffee. So it doesn't quite fit in there, but it would work. Now you'd want to get ask them for a brand new one so you don't have your lipstick. I would not send that. That would be kind of gross. But I'm sure if you were getting a gift card from them, they would give you a coffee mug. So isn't that cute? All right, so let's go back after I take a drink of this coffee. Okay, And I'm going to go back to the beginning and share with you what we're going to make today. There's a lot of stuff on my table here, so I'm going to do my best to not make too large of a mess. And this is just showing you how I did it. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to share. Okay, so I shared obviously the traditional coffee mug for this, but let me just show you a couple other things that are cute in here. So I got this milk jug. I got these from a craft fair to make, I don't know, treats or something a number of years ago, and found them in my collection of just things that I keep for this sort of thing. And those fit in there very nice as well. So you could fill this with candy and then put the gift card on this side. Or you could just put 2 of them in there filled with candy. And then also I have this left over. I need to send this to Melissa actually today. It was actually from a different project where I use these carriers. And so you could stick something like that in there. And I think I just picked these up at Walmart in like the jar section or like the craft area. So you could just pick up little things like this if you want to decorate with this cute 3D thing, not in a coffee terms, I guess. And let me move this stuff aside so then we can actually get to doing some stamping and sharing. And so this was just like an aha moment to me last year when I was at an event. I maybe even shared this last year, is a gift card holder using an envelope, and how absolutely easy this is. So here we go. That's all we're going to do, is we're going to make this gift card. And it is the silliest, simplest thing that you will make this holiday season, but it's going to just, you know, knock the socks off of your loved ones when you give them a gift card in a handmade gift card holder. So I'll let you get a look at that. And then let me just share, before I really get going here, the designer series paper in this suite. So both sides of the paper are beautiful. They all work for these projects today. And for a 3D, all of the flip sides, it doesn't matter. So if you buy one package of paper in one, one suite, one collection. And sorry, I just had to hit delete on my phone. I used my phone for the videos and it was ringing. It said, I believe it was a telemarketer, probably telling me I won something, or, you know, there's been this guy that's been calling me. I think it's a recording, and he wants me to change my career. But I kind of like my career, so I don't think I'm gonna listen to his message just yet. Okay, so I'll set that paper aside. And the ribbons for this, there are 2 coordinating ribbons, and many of you know I love my ribbon. There is this wonderful diagonal striped mossy meadow ribbon. And then there is a real red braided trim. I like both of these. I like the braided trim because you can tie really nice, easy, small bows. And then it works for my tags as well, for the hanging part of the tag. And then, of course, I don't know where I set those. I gotta grab some stars. And then these really adorable stars. And, you know, sometimes we want to, and you still can, be cautious of how big and how much bulk we have on our cards for shipping. But this year is, I think, going to be different than any other year, because I think we're going to be sending a lot of packages to people, or hand delivering different gift packaging to people. So I think the bulk on cards is going to be just totally different this year. So that's why on some of my cards, I did add these right to the card. Whereas maybe if I was thinking about mailing this, I would have just stuck with a regular bow. I wouldn't have maybe attached this, and I would have saved these for all my 3D options. But these star elements, it's a glitter star ornament, are just super fun to work with. And you can actually, I should bring that up. I've seen, my friend Gail did this. She colored these blue and used these on her Snowflake Splendor projects. So you can color these with your blends marker if you would like to make them a different color. All right, let's see, what should we start with? I think we'll start with the coffee mug because it was a very simple project that I did. Now, these are the die cuts. I didn't cut them out to show you in a, actual formal way this time. But these are the die cuts, and there's 2 wraps, so I cut out 2 pieces. There are lots of fancy elements that you can add to dress up your project if you'd like, or you can use these on a card if you want to add a little ruffle. We've got a couple different die cuts. I don't have them all here, it looks like. And then some little mini ones to add into our project. But that's the idea of the die cuts. They're really kind of fun. It's the only die cut I believe I used on today's projects. And I'm just going to show you the wrap because I did have to play with this a little bit. And if you do order the class that I'm opening back up until Sunday, you will get supplies to make this, and it'll all be cut out for you. You don't have to cut it out. So I had to think about it a little bit. Let's continue to think about this to see how this was going to operate. And I found, so initially I tried to tape it onto the cup. Maybe that works, I don't know, but it didn't seem to be working for me. So I decided to figure out another way. And so what I did is, let's see, I got a glue dot out. And the glue dot's not going to be my only way here. This is kind of just to hold it in place for the time being. And so I'm going to put the glue dot on the tab there. And then I'm going to line up this part here. And so then I'm going to flip it around and line up this tab. I'm going to do the same. And something I can do so that it'll circle around really nice is I can just kind of use my bone fold and curl it a little bit. And that's going to just guide it to make it round, I guess. And let's go ahead and get some more glue dots here. Again, that's not our only adhesive that we're using here. So if you're wondering how that's possibly going to stay, if you're going to make this now and you're going to gift it in December. So some of these gifts, and something I'd like you to think about, some people often say, well, who would I give this to? You know, I don't know if any of you do May Day. And see, look what I'm going to do here. But I think this year for the holidays, doing a May Day kind of thing is going to be really fun, where we just drop stuff at people's houses and not even think about, are they going to give me anything, or I'm not in a gift exchange with them, or it's not someone I normally buy something for. But just a little cup like this decorated, filled with candy, I think would be a great gift for a neighbor or, you know, anyone that is part of your life that you can't see right now. Or maybe just somebody that you know that could use a little sunshine, a little happy in their life. Okay, so that's all we got to do there. And let's go ahead. And then all I have to do is attach it this way. And then it's done. But I do know that I want it to stay a little bit better than that. So I'm going to use some tear tape. And now what I'm actually going to do, this seems a little crazy, but I'm going to undo it. But I'm going to hold it in place still. Because that was where I had trouble, was finding the perfect placement of where the wrap should go so that I didn't end up with a weird looking seam. And so this seemed to be the answer, is going like so and adding a piece of tear tape. I'm still just a little bit off there, but that's gonna be okay. I'll use that for my back. All right, so that's how I'm gonna make it stay, is with a final little loop of tear tape on there. Or you could do our liquid glue as well. That would work. That would actually give you a little more flexibility. And then the only other thing I'm gonna do to finish off this cup, and I'll probably make some more of these, and I'll, you know, do them all different and fancy some of them up a bit. But since I'm adding that gift card holder, and I also have, oops, I need my ribbon scissors. I'm adding the gift card holder as well as decorating the outside of that box. I didn't think that I had to go crazy on this cup. I'm giving myself plenty of ribbon here. And let's go ahead and add a glue dot. I'm going to add the glue dot to the center of where I'm going to put it. Actually, I don't know, that might be kind of crazy to put it by the seam, but that's what I'm going to do because the bow is going to hang down and then the star is going to be attached. And so you're not going to have to really worry about seeing that then. And so right where I'm going to tie my bow is where I'm going to press down where the glue dot is. All right, so here we are. Let's go ahead and tie a bow here. And again, this holder, you don't have to put coffee in it. I'll show you what I put in mine. So this doesn't have to be for a coffee lover. It could be for anybody. In fact, you fill this coffee, you're not going to actually fill, well, you could, but you're not going to actually fill this cup with coffee because it would be cold by the time they got to them. Or hot cocoa. Yes, you could do hot cocoa. I think I saw somebody say cocoa in the comments. But I would fill it with candy. And then any gift card would do. You don't have to do a coffee, you know, gift card. However, today when I came home with Starbucks, the kids both were like, "You went to Starbucks?" I think they were hoping I would have brought them some hot chocolate, but they weren't even up yet by the time when I got home, so it would have been freezing cold. So maybe for next time, I'll have to keep them in mind. All right, so you see that I just tied that around. And then I'm going to separate it out the loop. They've already come tied like this. And all I'm going to do is flip it through that loop. And then just move it into place. And then I have my coffee cup. And I'm going to take some peppermint, I don't know what they call these things, peppermint mint hard candies that I picked up yesterday. And finish off my coffee mug. So that's all there is to the mug. Simple. And now I have another one of those ready to send out to somebody. And then let's do our holder. So this is how the holders come. And then the real fun will be with the gift card at the end. So I do like to take my bone fold and crease them. It helps it lay flat and go where you want it to go. And then same these, I'm just going to go in there and just give it a little bit of a crease there. So before I actually try to put it together, I do go over all of the creases with my bone fold. Now, if you want to make sure it's real sturdy in the end, you could put some glue dots or some adhesive on the bottom after you have it together. I have not on any of mine, and I haven't had any trouble, but if you were going to put something really heavy in here, it might not be a bad idea to do that. So let's see here how this goes. And that's all there is to that. And then voila, we have that all done, ready to decorate. This is one of those where you could decorate this for all seasons. So if you purchased these carriers and maybe you only need a couple of them right now, you could decorate this with Valentine's, Easter, anything fun. And again, you don't have to put coffee in here. You can put all kinds of different fun jars and treats and things like that. So now let's go ahead with the measurements for our outside of our box. And they are right here, kind of on the edge. So you've been looking at half of them this whole time. So the Mossy Meadow background, I did 5.5 by 2 1/4. And the Designer Series paper, I did 5 1/4 by 2. And so it's just 1/4 of an inch down for both of those for the layer. And all I did is I took my tape measure, I measured along here like so, and then I just went 1/4 inch smaller than what my size was. And I believe that measurement is also on our coffee cup holder, but I like using my little mini tape measure. And you could make a wrap as well to go all around this. I decided just to go ahead and put one layer on the front and one on the back. And let's get my adhesive going here. Have to wake it up. I haven't been actually making any cards yet today. Like I said earlier, I was running around town, and then I've been doing some cleaning and polishing up the kits that have been ordered of this kit so that I can send them out this afternoon. It's a beautiful day today, so it's not going to be too hard to leave the house today to run to the post office. I do think as time goes on this winter, I may have to learn how to do that scheduling so that I can have my mail picked up at my house. All right, here we go. And look at how pretty this is and just how simple it is. You know, it's not hard at all to put this together. That's it. So that's decorated, but we do need to make a tag. So something else I like to do when I'm doing a lot of 3D things and projects, or like a lot of one project, is I do like to cut out extras as I'm going, so then I can just pull from here when I want to create my projects. So today, let's go ahead and just take some of this stuff out. This is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to show you two different things here, just because I can. And I have it set up already. This was one of the die cuts. It cuts out a circle and the center. And so what I did is I do have it set up on my Stamparatus. And then I'll show you the card if I still have it sitting here. Not sure where it is. They should be right here. I just had them, right? I just showed them to you. It'll show up. Okay, so I'm going to take my circle. I've already cut out, this is what I cut it out of. And so this is my template that I can just now drop in all these little circles and quickly get them stamped for my projects. And, you know, quick is not even the key here, is efficient. So using the Stamparatus really helps with perfect placement. Because if I'm trying to get this stamp right inside that part, or same with the die cutting, sometimes it's tricky. But if I have my Stamparatus set up, I only have to worry about getting it lined up one time. All right, I did see a question. What adhesive do I like best? I like them all. I use them all for different reasons or different projects. I'm liking this is the regular Stamp and Seal. This, I will tell you, and I think if you've been in the stamping world, you know this. There was a little learning curve to it. Now I absolutely love it. I like my Stamp and Seal Plus because I don't need to use very much of it because it is very sticky. So just depending on what I'm doing, I have probably every adhesive that they have. Okay, so now that didn't quite line up. So let's do another one. Or it lined up fine, but I didn't get a nice push on that one spot. And since it popped out of there, I'm not going to get it lined up. But you know what? Look at this. It's like a 1-inch piece of paper. So I think I say that all the time. I have probably every kind of adhesive at my fingertips every time I'm working on projects. So I use tear tape, I use the regular Stamp and Seal, the Seal Plus. I recently really started liking liquid glue, which I had not used really at all. Glue dots, of course, are a must. Tear tape, this is my favorite for 3D projects. I think I just covered almost all of them. I don't use the fine tip glue pen all that much because on all my fine projects like the letters and things that are really little, I've started to put those on the adhesive sheets. All right, so there we go. Now we have it. I know it's going to be perfect. Look at that. It sure is. All right, so you can see how that's a really great perfect placement tool to get that into where exactly we want it on that circle. But now maybe you don't want to get all that complicated, so you're just going to take this shape. And then, you know, it's not as important to worry about your placement. I'm going to grab out some ink. And I don't have, believe it or not, I got to grab one. I didn't have a foam mat handy, but I certainly need to have that. I'm going to move this over. And so these are, I don't know if I shared, so these are the 2 stamp sets that are in the suite. But this one is a host set that I really liked for these projects. So on my gift card, I did take the Just For You out of that set. And you could easily add the 2020 in there too. So this is a host set in the mini catalog. All right, so here I have a couple other of the stamp sets from there. So that's why I have 2 different stamp sets that go with these die cuts. And that's why one is a red rubber, one is a clear photopolymer. And I'm going to do, let's set that aside. What I really want is this one here that says For You, because I'm going to use it on the gift card. Or on the, I'm going to put this one on the outside. And then I have a different one that I will put on my gift card holder. So maybe I'll do all of that stamping. But if I do all the stamping, chances are I am going to lose one of the pieces that I stamp before I'm ready for it. And I have my Stamp and Pierce mat for my photopolymer so that I have no problem having a little bit of cushion there. So I get a nice clear stamped image. As you can see, that really helps. And let's go ahead and do the other one. And so this is going to go on the front of my gift card holder. This is going on my coffee carrier. This one is going to go on the front of my gift card. And then this one I just showed. This one I used on one of those cards. But I'll be darned, those cards have disappeared. You'd think that somebody maybe walked in here and took them, but I don't think anybody did. I think I'm like, well, Allison is home, but I don't think she came in here. Maybe if she would be so kind, I doubt she's even listening to me right now, she could come in and find them for me. Hopefully she's busy with schoolwork right now. And come Friday, Brody's going to be home as well. So, or not Friday, Monday. He goes to school yet on Friday. All right, so this one is a little something for you. So as you can see, this suite, I mean, it's beautiful for cards, but also it's really great for packaging and things like that. You could make tags out of these. And then I think I need one more. Hopefully I have one more little thing in here. Otherwise I'm gonna have to find one. Here we go, I sure do. So here we go. See, all I have to do is look through my little tote of goodies here. And now I just need to add this just for you that I can put on the inside of the gift card. And then the idea will be that I'm just going to sign my name on that and say who it's from. And there we go. So let me move this stuff aside. And, oh, you know what I didn't look up? And I should. I bet one of you would know what the name of this punch is that I'm going to use next. So I have got this cute little punch. So I'm not actually using the tag. All I needed was I needed this and I needed a little circle there. A regular hole punch would work, but this is a great punch to have because not only do you have a tag, then you have a hole punch and you have the little slit punch for making tags. And so that's what I'm going to do with that. And then I'm going to just snip off a little bit of the braided trim. And that's how I'm going to finish off this card. And I do have to kind of twist it a little bit because my hole is kind of small. And see, it pulls through there just fine. Then the only thing I'm going to do here is attach this. I'm just going to tie a knot. And then you can trim it down if you want. And if you wanted to make sure it laid flat, but still wanted it to look like it was hanging there, you could go ahead and let's flip it. Move that over. And we could just stick a little glue dot there if we had one. And then what we should do is put on a Christmas tree on the front. Now you could put a Christmas tree, there's a star, a heart. I really like the heart. I'm going to use the heart on the other card that I'm showing today. And this look works nice if you have the mini dimensional so that you can pop it up a little bit. And so that's one adhesive I didn't talk about when I was talking about adhesives. I love the dimensionals too, and I like having both sides. And here we are. So that's super cute. And then you can, if like I said, if you wanted to make sure that stayed flat, you could add a little glue dot, but I don't know where mine went, so I'm not going to worry about that. And that's all there is to decorating that. And now last but not least, we will get to this envelope gift card holder. Like I said, I have my pieces already cut. I did all my die cutting. In that die cut set, there is a really nice circle that has some stitching around it. And then, of course, there's this shape here. And there is also these circles. So we could actually add that circle to this one. We could make these two different, I think. I think I could. Let's see here. Let's see what we got going on here. I certainly could. So maybe I'll do that on my gift card that I'm going to show you today, just so you can see the difference of the two. All right, so we have a regular Whisper white envelope. And again, let me show you what we're making. So this is what we're going to make. I'll show you a couple different variations and options for this. And I'm going to just fold it in half. And I know a couple of you that are watching probably have been doing these for years, but I saw this for the first time last fall, and I was wondering why nobody ever showed me, as were the rest of my group that was traveling with me, where we saw this demonstrated. So I'm just folding in the envelope in half. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it up. and grabbing not my ribbon snips, I'm going to snip down this edge here. And I'm going to close this side. So that side is closed and ready to decorate. Now on this side, you could do a couple different options. You could decorate this top part if you wanted to and have it close and then insert your gift card from here, which you wouldn't want that one. What you would want would be like this. So then you could insert your card like so, and then close it like that, and then you could put a little flap to open. But the one I'm gonna make today, what I'm going to do is cut this part off. And because it's an envelope, there's already a guide there, so I'm just gonna use my snips to trim that down. And so this is the basic of it, and that's all there is to it, really. And now you decorate. So on my decorations for my envelope, I have a mossy meadow. Let me bring these in, so if you'd like to write these down, you can. A mossy meadow, 2.5 by 4. And then our designer series would be 2 by 3 3/4. And you're gonna actually need 2 of those. And you will see exactly why here. So I'm going to do 1 with this side of the designer series paper. And with the cards that I made today, I actually had all of these scraps left over. So you could use multiple different designer series papers on this project. And I'm actually going to use 2 different ones on mine today. So on here, I'm going to use 2 different sides so that the front and the inside look just a little bit different. You wouldn't have to, you could do it however you wanted. But I thought it looked nice this way. So this one I think I will make opposite of how I did the one that I will share that I've already created. And just put our adhesive on, attach it to the center. And then I'm gonna do the same on the inside, on the flap that I have closed already. And then because I have the opening here that I want to leave, I have to make my next layer a little bit smaller. So my mossy meadow on here, still 2.5 this way, but 3.5 the long way. So 2.5 by 3.5 on this inside flap. And then my designer series for this one is going to be just 1/4 of an inch down from that. So 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So here are the inside measurements. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't measure, and I don't even know if I cut one. I think I have some handy that I can snip down to make that work. And let's go ahead and adhere that. And so look at how silly simple this is. You could whip like 20 of these out. It'd be so great. To send something like this with a gift card, or you could use it for a regular card and write a message in here. And so that's the basics of it. So now we just have to finish up our decorating. I'm going to take this nice ribbon here. I'm going to put this first because we're going to need something to close our gift card. And you cut on here however much ribbon you need to tie a bow. I'm always very generous, especially on a gift card, because I want it to be big and flappy and kind of hang off the side there. Give it a nice kind of dramatic look, I guess you could say. And since I lost my glue dots, I'm going to use tear tape. So again, my second favorite, maybe my first favorite. This we could say is a 3D. Now either side of the ribbon here works. I don't know why I'm worried about flipping it over. So I'm going to even out my ribbon, and what I'm going to do is put my tear tape here. And that's what I'm going to rest my ribbon on so it stays in place. I don't know why I'm not using my take a pick tool to get that off. And so there, I can have that like so. And then I will put just a little bit on the back side here so that it will also stay in place. Don't need a lot. And then now I will make my life easier by using my take a pick tool to grab that tear tape. So now we are pretty much set up for the finishing off of this one. And then just for fun, let's do this one a little bit different, and let's use this piece that I stamped, since I did take the time to stamp it. And I'll adhere my layers together. So these are all 3 of the layers that come with that Christmas set. And now, you know, I do need some glue dots on, or yeah, I do. I gotta find some. I have to have some here. I know there's some around here somewhere. Probably right behind me. There sure is. I have a brand new package. That other one was almost gone. Maybe I emptied them. All right, so I will go ahead and just grab a glue dot off of here. And the little dimensionals would have been a nice option for this too. But I'm just going to take 2 glue dots. And attach that. And I will put it onto here with dimensionals. Now you'll see I'm going to bring out my other size dimensionals because I'm working with a larger area. So again, I like to have both. They're both very handy. If you only want one, you can make it work with one or the other. And now I'm just going to want to make sure that I line that up. And since I'm saying warm hugs to you, I think what I'll do is I will grab a heart out of there. And I think with my layering, a real red will look nice on that instead of the green, because the green tree would kind of just blend in. I shouldn't say green, it's mossy meadow. All right, so there is our outside. And now we just have to go ahead and finish off our inside. And that's where I do want to put this just for you so that I can sign my name on that and write who it's to. And I'm not gonna put that one on with dimensionals. This one I'm just gonna adhere with regular adhesive. And then the last thing we have to do, a couple different ways you can do this. You could just tuck in your gift card like so. What I like to do is something like this. And so we have another sheet. Let me see if this was the same size. It is. So it'd be the same size as this outside one. It sure is. So let me see if I have any cuts that size. I do. So this was our 2.5 by 3.5. So you would, if you want to do it the same way that I'm doing, you would do 2 of these ones as well. You just wouldn't need the second designer series if you didn't want to. So here's where I'm going to take this tag and just do the little slit. And then I'm going to have a nice slit to put my ribbon through. And let me show you how I did my ribbon. Couple different ways to do that as well. There's always a couple different ways to do things. There's never just one way. And so I'm going to take it like so, and then have a loop. And then go through with both. And then loop it around. And this can be done if you'd like. And then you can stick it in like so. And then it would stick out the edge, you know, and you could trim that down to whatever size you wanted. But what I thought was really nice on this was to tie a bow right here at the top. And then it would tuck more inside of my gift card holder. Like so. And then I can trim my edges off of that, or my little tails. And now what I would do is take my gift card, put a glue dot on there, which I'm gifting this in a different project, so I'm not going to actually put a glue dot on there. But you could put a little glue dot on there and then tuck it into your envelope. Now after I finish this off, I'm going to have to remember that I put that gift card in there because I need it for something else. And then I'm just going to tie a bow around here. And then I'm going to add all this stuff into the little caddy that I made at the beginning. And you can see just how easy it is to make a very cute 3D gift card holder and carrier for a friend or family or a neighbor. And so this is all I have to share here. Let me show you how to do this. I did add in a little bit of this fancy stuff here. You can just pick this up anywhere. This was actually leftover. Stampin' Up! Had some of this a couple years ago. So I'm just at the end of mine. So I'm going to have to either make my own or go to the dollar store, I suppose, and buy some more. All right, so then I'm just going to tuck my gift card holder in there. I'll put my coffee mug filled with my candy. Oops, my lid came off. And this side, and that will finish off my project. So here we are. Isn't that beautiful? Let me just give you a good look at those while, let's see if I can find, I will put this one back together, and I'm going to look for those cards so I can put them all in view at the same time if I can find them. I think I tucked them back here. And that'll give you a good look if you decide that you would like these projects cut and ready for you to create at home. You can do that. If you're local to me, I do borrow out the stamp sets that I used for these for a couple of days for you to use because our live class is over, and depending on the announcement today, that might be it for live classes for a little while again. And let's tie that. So here you'll see how I have two. So in the class, let me go over that real quick. In the class that's offered, I'll share the link to the sign up here. It'll also go out in the weekly email. You do get 2 gift cards set up, so everything cut ready for 2 gift cards, as well as 2 of this card, 2 of this beauty, and then also 2 of this card as well. So it is 6 cards, 2 gift card holders, and then 1 of the carriers that I shared today. All right, so that is today's projects. I hope that you really enjoyed them, and do stay tuned for all of the fun that we'll have going on the next few weeks. We are going to make the most of us having to stay at home and not be out and about and gathering as much as we would like to around the holidays. And so, like I said, we have the virtual party. So a very virtual Christmas is going to be November 27th to December 1st. That'll be all Christmas projects, and I'll have some specials and share with you lots of designs and ideas for you to create. I do have a very small sampler that I'm working on to share with you soon. And then, let's see, we got this Christmas class, and there'll be one more full Christmas class for sure in December for those that have been asking about the classes. All right, so, okay, I'm just going to look at these if there's anything to talk about quick before I sign off for the day. Cindy said you might as well get the black dimensionals too. Yes, I have those too. I could have used those on some of these on the darker part. That would be great. So I do have those handy as well. So I guess I missed out on that one. I should have my list here so I can remind you of all of them every time. So it looks like we had a lot of you watching. I appreciate all of the likes, comments, shares, whether you're watching this live or maybe you're catching this now on the replay. I really appreciate it, and I will continue to share with you as much as I possibly can and bring a little crafting to you every week. Look, you could give somebody 2 gift cards. Look at how nice that fits in there. Okay, I will stop here and let you guys all get on with your day. And I will get on with mine, and I'll get ready to send out that email that's going to go out tomorrow morning with this replay will be on there and all the details of all the projects I have going on now. All right, everybody, thanks a lot. We will see you for sure back here. Oh, that's what I didn't talk about. I'm going to do another live this week. So there will be a live on Friday. I don't know what time yet. It's just going to be a share and show live with lots of really cool cards that I've been getting in the mail and a couple card swaps that'll finish off the Christmas card swapping that I've done. And so that will be on the 20th this Friday. Not exactly sure 100% on the time just yet. But otherwise, our regular weekly Facebook Live will be next Wednesday, the 25th, the day before Thanksgiving. And then we'll get really crazy the 27th through the 1st for our very virtual Christmas party. All right, everybody, have a great day. Talk to you soon.